If you are an eczema parent, then this video is for you. I'm going to give you some top tips because a lot of you are dismissed. A lot of you are not giving a real solution other than steroid cream. And now, having worked with over 100 children with eczema worldwide and getting the results that we get in our clinic, I think it's time that we share how we do it and give you some tips along the way. I'm Nishti, I'm a children's dietitian, 16 years, and let me explain to you how to help your eczema child right here, right now. So first of all, when it comes to eczema, one mistake that parents make is that they think the way to test for it is an online test or a stool test or whatever. The way to test for the type of allergy that your child most likely have is not the standard test. You have two types of allergies called immediate and non-immediate. Children with eczema will most likely have multiple non-immediate. And do you know how we test for it? Through a structured elimination diet followed by reintroduction. This is what we are expert at. Now, what parents do is that they get online allergy tests done that will never pick up, or even skin prick tests will never pick up, or even a blood test, it will never pick up delayed food allergies. So this is the one thing I really want you to understand, because children with eczema will most likely have multiple delayed food allergies. Now, children with eczema will also most likely have multiple food sensitivities, and that is something I've learned in my private practice. It's not something I was taught at university. It's something I have because I also work with children who have mast cell activation syndrome or histamine intolerance. And that's how I've merged the two worlds together. And I use that information, that knowledge in the children we work with eczema. So your child will absolutely have multiple food allergies, food sensitivities. And this is the key thing to understand, is that you can't test for it the traditional way. So here are some top tips for you. Keep a food and symptom diary. It's not enough to just write it once a week, twice a week. No. What we do in our clinic is that parents have access to us via an app, and via this app, they can chat to us anytime. But they also have access to a food journal, and they note down every meal that the child eats, and if mother is breastfeeding, what she eats. And then we have a careful look at what's going on. Then they document flare-ups as they come, and we can see if it correlates to what they ate or didn't eat. Now, an important thing to note here, your child will most likely have delayed allergies, and they can show up 2 to 72 hours after exposure. Yes, it is complicated, but keeping a food and symptom diary is key. So make sure you do that. Also understand that if you're breastfeeding, that what you eat and drink will affect your baby. And it could be multiple things, it could be one thing, but what you eat and drink is equally as important. Now, if your baby is formula fed, then they must be on the right formula. If they are not on the right formula milk, this will not help their eczema. We see a lot of children on the wrong formula milk, and then when it comes to starting solids, things are very chaotic because they are on the wrong formula, and then starting solids just aggravates the skin even more. So make sure that your baby is on the right diet, whether that's through your breast milk or through the formula that you give them. Now, here are the main foods that we see cause eczema flare. Obviously, milk. Milk is a common one. And so is soya. Milk and soya go hand in hand because 60% of children with milk allergy also react to soya. And then you have egg. Egg is a very common one. Yes, delayed allergy to egg is very common. Then we have food sensitivities. For example, the other day we had a child that is reacting to lentils, and lentils is high in histamine. Now, before you go and Google histamine list, hear me out. The ones you find on Google are completely inaccurate. So hear me out. Don't follow generic advice on Google and from influencers on TikTok and whatnot. Make sure you work with a professional. Histamine, high in lentils is high in histamine. So what we did, a simple swap, was to change lentils for white beans. Why? First of all, it's a healthy source of iron and protein, but also white beans, for example, is low in histamine. And that really made such a difference for this little kid. The other one is tomatoes. Tomatoes is high in histamine. And if your child gets a bit of a rash around their face, fine, right? If it doesn't spread to the rest of the body, all is well. But some children, they get really massive flare-ups when they have tomato. So what you need to do is just pay attention to these things. And then what you could do is do a no tomato sauce using red pepper, using butternut squash. But you see, this is where the food and symptom diary comes in. So you can identify what your child is reacting to and you can act accordingly. Now, it's very important not to blindly exclude lots of foods from your child's diet because, first of all, you are building healthy gut, right? That's equally as important. Variety is everything. So if you're excluding tons of food without a clinical rationale, then you could potentially cause gut dysbiosis. Now, we don't want that. We want a healthy, thriving gut, right? So it has to be done based on an allergy-focused assessment. And that's what we do here at Nishti's Choice. Through our Settle Baby plan, which is 3 months of support from us, where we get 4.9 stars on Trustpilot now because we get such great results, which is also why I need to talk about this so much more, because I think eczema parents worldwide are struggling. And I'm here to tell you, no, it doesn't have to be like that. Now, the Settle Baby plan, which is 3 months of support, the reason why we get such intense, amazing reviews is because the program is intense. And it works like this. Parents are documenting their children's meals and their own meals. We get the breastfeeding mother on the right diet. We get the right formula prescribed to the baby wherever you are in the world. And because of our knowledge and our expertise, we're able to tell you exactly what to eliminate and what to substitute for. If you don't substitute for the right food, you could be causing malnutrition in your child, and you don't want that. We're looking at the bigger picture here: gut health, skin health, nutrient adequacy. There is so much, the growth of your child. There's so much to consider other than just the eczema. But it all ties in together. So if you haven't had an allergy focus assessment, then that is something I would highly recommend. But what I can also recommend is that you apply for a free call with me. I'll put the link down below this video, but on this call, I will go through what your child is struggling with and why, and tell you exactly what needs to change to help them out. It's a no obligation call. Check it out, see what you think. But I'm telling you now, with the results we're getting, I am going to shout a lot louder about eczema and food allergy, because so many of you are not being listened to. You're being dismissed. Food and eczema, there is a link. It doesn't cause eczema, food, but it can absolutely make it worse. And I'm here to shout about it because we see what a difference it makes when a child is on the right diet. So comment below, let me know what you think. Subscribe to this video, subscribe to this channel, and I'll see you all in the next video.